But let's talk about the most important ones. You may have heard of the S&P 500 before. That's what the angry guy on the TV is always yelling about. Oh, the S&P is down 5 points today. The S&P 500 is an index of the 500 biggest companies in the United States. When people talk about the market, a lot of the time, that's what they're talking about. There are plenty of S&P 500 index funds that you can buy. VOO is one of them. SPY is another. And all of the individual companies in the S&P 500 are weighted based on how valuable they are. So right now, Nvidia is around 8%. Apple is around 7%, Microsoft 6, Amazon 4, Broadcom 3, all the way down until you got 500 different companies in there, most of which taking a fraction of a percent. That means that for every dollar you put into VOO, 8 cents of it goes into Nvidia. 7 cents goes into Apple, 6 into Microsoft. You get the idea. This is a perfect way to get exposure to what people call the market. You can zoom out further if you want. The S&P 500 is only for American companies. VT is a fund that covers the entire world market. It invests you in over 9,000 different companies around the globe. It is the definition of not having all your eggs in one basket. And it is one thing that you can just buy at your brokerage. Just type in VT to your brokerage, buy it, and now your money is riding the wave of the entire world market. And if the entire world market goes to zero, boys, we have bigger fish to fry than the number in our brokerage accounts, because we are a couple days away from eating each other. All right? For the sake of this video, though, I want to focus a little more on the S&P 500. How come? Because on average, the S&P 500 returns 10% each year. I'm going to say it one more time because that's how important this is. On average, the S&P 500 returns 10% each year. Remember that section we had on compound growth? That means that if all you do is invest in the S&P 500, on average, you'll double your money in 7.2 years. And then double it again and again. Think about all the time you've got. How many doublings are you in for if you started today? Look, this is where we need some nuance and maybe some common sense too. All right? The S&P 500 does not return 10% every year. It does it on average over time. And technically on average isn't even the right phrase either. It's more like 10% per year annualized on a total return basis. But we don't got all fucking day, people, okay? Yes, there are going to be years when the S&P will lose you money. Many years in a row sometimes. Maybe even this upcoming year. But with enough time spent in the S&P 500, you will average around a 10% yearly return. Notice that I said with enough time in the market. That's another thing I want to talk about. Time in versus timing. Everyone thinks they know what's about to happen. Oh, the next week it'll be down, right? Market will be down, so I'll wait to buy it then. Or people keep telling me the market's about to crash, right? This AI bubble's about to pop. So I'll just wait for that to happen before I start putting any money in. No. Compound growth needs time. I know my dumbass isn't going to buy low and sell high every single time. I'm just not. The data doesn't lie. Over time, next to nobody can. Are you the exception? Probably not, okay? You're watching the weekly slap. If I try to beat the market, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to follow the wrong advice every now and then. I'm going to spend too much time out of the market waiting for the perfect moment to jump in, and I'm going to lose gains. Look, if you're young, you're investing your money for it to grow for years and years and years and years to come. You shouldn't be trying to get rich quick. It won't happen unless you get invited to a popular new Minecraft S&P. Time is what will get you there. With broad market index funds, you get rich eventually. And when you learn to put money in on a regular basis, no matter where the market's at, it helps you forget about it. Again, I'm lazy. I don't want to care. I want it to be easy and stress-free. And when you put money in on a regular basis, you don't stress about whether or not it's the right time. Because looking back 20 years from now, It will always have been the right time. Even people who bought a house at the peak of the housing market before the crash in '08, even those people have made money on their investment today. Time is all it takes. Listen, guys, I got to be honest, okay? It's crazy that I'm making this video right now. It's the end of 2025. The S&P 500 is up almost 70% in the past 3 years, okay? That's insane. It's weird. It's not going to do that until the end of time. Right now, uncertainty feels like it's at an all-time high. Every second TikTok you see is predicting the end of the American empire. The comments on this video are going to be fucking crazy. People are very likely going to come back to this comment section a year, 2 years from now, or whenever the next crash comes. And they're going to say, fuck you, man. You fucked me. I'm down so much in the short term because I followed your advice. If only I had shorted the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation at the perfect time. Or, God forbid, if only I bought this crypto my favorite gym influencer was talking about. If only. Look, there's going to be corrections, crashes, entire years, hell, maybe even a decade straight right after I upload this video, where all the market does is lose money. That's the risk you take. That's the risk I take. And that's why I think that, in a way, it's kind of important that I'm making this video now. That is to say, whatever terrible event may or may not be right on the horizon, this is the strategy I trust to stand the test of time. And then 10, 20, 30 years from now, the people who stumble upon this video are going to say, damn, why the fuck does his mic sound like that? And then they're going to say, yeah, he was right. Guys, index funds are easy. In a video I uploaded to this channel over half a decade ago, FitMC said it best. Index funds are like getting a B just for showing up. He even talked about the same funds I'm talking about now. Yes, if you spend your whole life stressing and glued to the newsfeed, you might get an A. Your year might be better than the markets if you buy the right things and you rebalance your portfolio all the time, but it could just as easily not be better. And over time, it gets harder and harder to keep that A. Index funds are easy. They're diverse. They're stress-free. And that's why I look to them when I want my money to make money. I hope to have done this topic some justice. And if this is your first foray into financial literacy,
I like that.
on YouTube, please.
It was very, very, very wonderful and educating. Yes. So now I have finally completed the next step in the missions of streaming. I am now evolved.